They say if you get a used car, keep about $3,000 to $5,000 for repairs that, might come up later. The only problem with that is I ain't got that kind of money. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Whether you're a longtime viewer or new subscriber, I appreciate every single one of you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So I'm here with my 2019 Tesla Model S with 160,000 miles on it. Only paid $12,000 for it. And that is good advice. I did look it up on ChatGPT, and they say you spend that little on the car, make sure you have some money on the side. Now I got a little bit on the side, but I said this is gonna be a little project car. This is a project car. I got a project car. I don't wanna spend dough, cause I ain't got no mo. So I'm gonna try to do a lot of DIY projects on this, try to get my hands dirty. I'm gonna break down the things that I fix myself and the things that I have to take into the service center. Well, things I may have or may not need to take into the service center to do, but I did anyway. I'm gonna share those with you. First of all, this is a 2019 and it was in great condition when I got it. Loved the way it looked. It did have a lot of miles on it, but Teslas are known for, lasting a very long time. Mileage on an EV is different from mileage on an ICE vehicle, a gas-powered vehicle, right? Really, the battery is the main thing you have to worry about. And it's battery checked out. Now, I've been interested in the Model S's for a while, and I said if I'm gonna get one, and especially now, these things are gone. Tesla has discontinued the Tesla Model S and Model X. I got mine, so I'm happy, but they did send me an email to purchase one of the signature series Tesla Model S's or Tesla Model X's, special edition. It was beautiful, so many perks about it. The only problem is it costs $160,000. You heard me right, $160,000. And I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. I'm more of a $12,000 kind of guy. So if you are too, you're on the right video. I did a lot of research on used Model S's, and I keep forgetting to mention my boy Sherwin has a video of him getting a loaner Model S, and it was an older model, and I watched that video all the way through and I said, dang, he is praising this Model S. So I was like, you know what? If it gets Sherwin's stamp of approval, then you know what? I need to really go check those out. And speaking of Sherwin, in his videos, he really breaks down the numbers. He goes into detail. I try to do that. I'm not as detailed as him, but I'm gonna try that today. I'm gonna do this. This is the Sherwin video. So here we go. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all how much I spent on everything. I'm gonna have to take some time to look some things up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab my phone right now. Don't mind the eggs right there. We ready for breakfast. And speaking of phone, I like to keep my phone in here. That's something I loved about my 2020 Model X. I'll keep my phone right here. My wife will be like, it's gonna fall out the window. How? Gravity is gonna whoop. Is it gonna whoop? No, it's good right there, right? Unless I'm not paying attention, I try to put it in, dump it out. Dang, I just put that in the universe. Anyway, so I picked it up in that midnight silver metallic, one of my favorite colors. But I said I'm gonna add a little flair. And this is a DIY, and it's not a perfect job. When you do it yourself, it ain't gonna be perfect, but it looks pretty good. There are some things like this I might wanna clean up a little later, but overall, it looks pretty good to me. But here's a question for y'all to answer for me. This is a serious question. Should I keep the silver wheels, right? And I like the contrast, I went satin black. My wife actually did the chrome delete. It came with chrome delete, but I went ahead and, redid it. Ooh, I gotta clean this car. But my wife did that. Should I? And here are my only two options. Keep these wheels the same. And of course, I'm gonna keep them clean, all that brake dust. Or should I go with the gloss black? It gotta be gloss, not satin, it gotta be gloss. I need some pop, right? Either the pop is coming in the form of this silver, or the contrast is gonna come in the form of a glossy. And you guys tell me which one should I go with. I'm gonna go with what the people say. So the more people vote, the more people tell me in the comments, either say gloss or silver, and that's your vote right there. Also cosmetic things, like I put this spoiler on, and it's not the prettiest spoiler. If I keep it real with y'all, it's not the prettiest spoiler, but it was the cheapest one I could find. Now later on, like I said, I might go ahead and add something different to it, different kind of spoiler, but this one was pretty cheap. And again, linked in the description. Man, I need to, I gotta be Sherwin. Hold that. The full PPF was $489, so or closer to $500, right? and that's a full PPF. Also, I did buy a chrome delete off of Amazon for like 45 bucks, but it was garbage. It was terrible, so I went with Test Bros. They have great products. I bought a couple key fob covers or whatever, and they're all right. I feel like it breaks the connection a little bit. I don't know. They whatever. Right, that was pretty inexpensive. But that spoiler was $78. Yep, that was the cheapest one I found. Like, they had better ones. And I didn't even want carbon fiber. I wanted matte, but even for nice matte ones like the Shape, it was like 140. I'm like, dude, no, I'm good on that right now. And you might be thinking, don't I work with brands? Can I get a brand to send it? I want to show y'all what it would be like, you know, to really go through it and really buy it yourself and all that stuff, right? So we'll see how it goes. The other thing was I bought this license plate frame. It says Model S on it. And again, just an aesthetic thing. When we get inside, I'll show you a couple other things that I got. But that's just cosmetic. One of the problems I had was this rear light was out, this tail light, just the inside one. And you know, I don't think you can get a ticket for that. I think if these on the outside are out, then it's an issue. But I was like, okay, I need to fix it because it did look ghetto. And while I'm in the car, I don't really notice it. But when my wife was driving it once and I was behind her, I was like, oh no, that looks ghetto. I looked online and people said if I went through Tesla just to fix that inner part, they wouldn't do. They would have to do both. And to do both was almost $900. I said, hold up. So I looked on eBay, and I paid $190 for the part. And I got a tool to help me fix it. And I made a video about it, but it was not very good because it was dark in my garage. But basically, I'm gonna show you what I did. It was really easy to do. First, you have to just remove this, right? And this first, pull this down. You got 4 little bolts or nuts right here. 1, 2. Oh, I gotta go tighter on that. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't tighten that one up. I didn't tighten that. I'm gonna go back home and tighten it up. So 2 in there and 2 underneath. And I have a certain tool that I didn't have to remove this all the way. A ratchet, like a round ratchet that helped me get up under there and remove the 2 from there. Then I had to pull this part back, and I'm gonna add some more adhesive to that in a little bit. And then just remove this, disconnect it, and plug the new one in and reverse everything back. I did think I broke the clips, and they might be broke. And I will order some new ones, but it closes for now. Like I said, whenever you do DIY, that's the cost of saving hundreds of dollars. And just like the wrap, the cost of saving thousands of dollars. Now, if you're a person that needs something done perfectly, then by all means, pay somebody to go do it. But if you're trying to save a couple dollars, and if it's good enough, then yeah, try it yourself. So that I fixed DIY. The headlights, I try to get a good video of it. I can't really capture it on video, but this headlight right here is brown. I haven't fixed that yet. I'm gonna have to remove the whole bumper to do that, so that's gonna be next to fix, but it's just a cosmetic thing. It's on still, it's just browning and fading a little bit. But let's go inside and I'm gonna show you, yeah, the handles, baby. I love that. I love that. I'm gonna show you what I did here on the interior. So I talked about how clean the interior is with the white seats, the white interior, the carbon fiber trim, the Alcantara. Like, this is a nice interior. Not perfect, right? Look at that. I think they had something on top of this, and when they took it off, it like kind of peeled it a little bit. And to me, that doesn't even bug me. But it did not have this little rubber piece right here. It was just exposed. And I was like, dang, that's weird. It just looked ugly. So I went on eBay again and I got that little rubber piece for $32. And you might be thinking, like, is it that serious? I mean, I just wanted to complete the look. I bought this little tray right here. That was from Amazon. I bought this for $20 and I like it because it has additional cup holders. They're small. If you have one thing in there, you can't really have a second one. But it's better than just having these 2 right here, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, whenever I have something in here, it bugs me because it's so high, right? This is where your arm's supposed to be. And I had a jug right here. I had my hydro flask right here. Coming to the car, my elbow hits my hydro flask. My coffee spills all on the seats. I was able to clean it. They clean up very well. But my point is, it shouldn't be here, right? But when I have it, it fits there. And, you know, extra storage space here for my brush and my glasses and my clicker sometimes, you know. But that's that. I do have Home Link on here, but it's like hit and miss, and I don't know, I just like having a physical clicker anyway. So the first time I went to the service center was to get the battery checked out and to get a second key fob. And I know I can buy that online and pair it myself, but I want to get it through Tesla. We have it all through Tesla. And that cost $185 plus $31 in labor, $216 just for that battery, right? And to get it all checked out, the diagnostic was $390 on the health check. That's a lot of money. So my first service appointment was $620. Good Lord. Here's the cold part about the key fob. I picked up the car and I'm looking for the key fob. I don't have the key fob. I'm like, where the key fob at? They're closed. I got to come back the next day and pick up the key fob. They didn't even leave it in the car. So I'm like, dang. All right, so I come back, I get the new key fob, but I still have key fob low battery warning. I'm like, dang, how come that didn't go away? So I went and I changed out the batteries and the key fobs twice. And some people were saying it takes a couple weeks for it to go away. It didn't take a couple weeks. It was still there. So I started, looking online. I didn't really see anything. And I started asking y'all, how can I fix it? And y'all had some good ideas. And you actually came up with the best way. Well, if it would have worked, because I had to go here, key fob pairing. I had to sign in. And I saw that I had 3 key fobs. That means the original owner still had a key fob somewhere that was maybe lost. They had a low battery and it never registered it, and I couldn't delete it. Like on some models you can delete it, some software versions you can delete it. I couldn't delete it. So I had 3 on there and I only had 2 key fobs, so I had to make a service appointment. I did that later, but the first one was to get rid of that yellowing, and they did the UV treatment on it, and it's not perfect, but it's way better. I don't know if y'all can even see that. So I went back to get that done and fixed. Again, that's a cosmetic thing. And that one cost, that was my second trip, that one cost $65 for them to do that UV treatment. And to me, it was worth it. They said it might come back. And even when I went back to the service center the third time, he was like, did it actually help? And because he tried to talk me out of it, he was like, it might not work. I don't want you to waste money. I said, it's worth a try for $65. So it did work. It went away. And I was like, okay, I'm good. But that battery warning kept popping up right there, and it was annoying. So I went back to the service center for a third time. But here's what started happening. I started losing LTE connection all the time. Like my music would shut off, my navigation would stop working, and it was getting pretty bad. And it was annoying. And I would go 30 minutes of driving before the radio would kick back, or the music would kick back on, or the data would come back. And I'm like, dang, what happened? So I added that to this service request. So I went back to the service center for the third time, and they fixed the key fob issue. They had to go in and remove that that third key fob, and they unplugged the 12 volt and plugged it back in. I did read that online somewhere, but I think the main thing was that I had 3 key fobs on there and I only had 2 of them. So they fixed that. That one cost to do that. He said Tesla should have fixed that. The other Tesla service center should have fixed that, which they didn't. They charged me $20 for the batteries. So they did change the battery to a higher voltage battery, even though it's the same battery, but whatever. And it was $39 for them to disconnect the 12 volt battery. So whatever, dude. So that was that. So that's $59. And then they said there was a loose connection for my LTE. There was a loose wire that they went in and fixed. So they replaced the atom-based media control unit and connection board. They removed it and replaced it. With both of those, that was $834 the last time I went into the service center. So $800 plus $600 plus the $65. So I don't know about $5,000 on the side, but having an extra 2 G's might be helpful. But that was that. And I still got some more things to fix. And again, some of those things were not 100%, necessary. Some of those things, a lot of things were cosmetic. But I wanted to look nice if I'm going to be rolling in it. Speaking of rolling in it, you guys know how my car is low, right? I still haven't gotten to the bottom of that, like as far as, was it lowered? I think it was still lowered. But again, it hasn't bothered me unless there's a speed bump. And if it's a speed bump, we do bottom out. When I have my whole family in here, when I got the 2 boys in here, and we're in here rolling. I got to be very careful over speed bumps, and it hits kind of hard. So I am a little concerned with that. I got to be careful when my son drives it. I have to warn him and teach him how to go over speed bumps. You know, that annoying guy when you're behind him and he, you know, goes in over the speed bumps at an angle to make sure he don't bump, bang the bottom. But that's what's up right there, right? And driving it, man, it drives wonderfully. It's a beautiful ride. It's still smooth. It runs well. I did buy from Tesla again a couple of car coat hooks just to have in here when, and I'm opening it right now on the fly, and it goes on the seat rest. I'm gonna show you these. Oh, and they white. Dang, I didn't even realize. Maybe I did pick white. And they're supposed to go in the back. Let's see if we can put these on. I really should read the directions, but I think I can just, maybe this goes on first. Oh yeah, it goes just like that. And I can hang my clothes from there, you know. I don't know, it looks cool, right? You know, cause you know, I gotta wear my suit and tie, and the days I don't want my jacket to get dirty or get wrinkled. I'll just hang it from there. So those were cool from Tesla. Got 2 of those. But that's about it, man. I'm out here letting the flies hit me. And I'm telling y'all, I'm sharing my experience with y'all in case y'all looking at getting a used Tesla, especially a Model S. You don't have to go to Tesla for everything, but just know if you do it yourself, it won't be perfect. I mean, honestly, if you go to Tesla or if you go to somebody else, it probably won't be perfect all the time either. So that's something to think about. And I'd even be more mad if I got my PPF done and start peeling up. I guess you could take it back and they could redo it, but I don't know, that's part of it. Hey, I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, Cobra told ya. All right, y'all.